Oh, this is so tough.
This is so tough.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. How do I why am I blanking so hard? No, I went
Come
with
on, give me
2-all.
some consolation points,
No,
James. Have a heart.
no.
Have a heart. I got destroyed. My weekend was ruined. You want to give me a point? Come on. Oh.
Uh, you ready?
Wait. What?
Yeah. You ready?
No, but okay, sure, go on.
This is where real ball knowledge comes in, my friend. Hey guys, welcome back to Pitch Please with myself, James, and my co-host, Aman. Aman, how are you doing today?
I am good, James. The weekend was certainly a very mixed one for me. Good for my physical health because I got a couple of paddle sessions in both on Saturday and
Nice.
Sunday. Very happy about that. Horrible for my mental health because Brentford United was the first
Yeah.
game of the weekend and my weekend was completely ruined since 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. So the whole and like Saturday, I was supposed to get my Switch as well. That didn't come through. I had a horrible paddle session. So literally, really bad Saturday. India as well were doing a stinking job on the Sunday before I left for my paddle session. Luckily, they ended up winning. They ended up beating our rivals Pakistan in the Asia Cup. We
Nice.
won that in the final. And then my Switch came
Nice.
on Monday. So it's been all the way up ever since Saturday. United ruined my weekend, but life has given something back to me.
The world is redeeming itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so funny how my entire mood and my entire kind of weekend is decided by 11 men running on a field dressed in the colours of the team that I support. It's so crazy, and yet it happens to both of us. And I know that yet again, what you're saying with United happened with Chelsea. The same exact situation, and it just ruins your weekend
Honestly.
when you don't get a good performance. But yeah, that is it's the way it works. That's why we love football. Yeah, so just wanted to kick this one off and essentially say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It does help us out a lot on the channel. We're across YouTube, we're across TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, all of these lovely places. And yeah, if you want to get up-to-date information, we post shorts, we post reels, and just kind of upcoming schedules or any ideas, comments, or feedback from our podcast, please do comment, like, and subscribe as usual. Yeah, but otherwise, thank you to everyone that has. And I know that we're almost at the double-digit mark of our episodes. We're almost there. But yeah, I can only speak for myself. I am very much enjoying doing this podcast, talking about football, and get to spend time with my friend. And we just get to talk about the subject that I love, the sport that I love. So yeah, just wanted to say that.
And having somewhere to vent, especially for me,
Yeah.
every single weekend, having somewhere to express my feelings. So I'm glad we have this place where we can let it all out. And I hope it's been entertaining for you so far. And I think you might get a little bit more entertainment coming up as well.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that one. Cool. We're going to jump into the first section of the podcast. As usual, it's the man versus machine. It's our FPL team versus the AI FPL team. And yeah, we had a bit of a situation this week, didn't we, Aman?
I did a boo-boo, James. I did a big boo-boo. It's
Did you now?
so dumb. It was so stupid. So, like, we were going through the teams last week, and I was like, we're gonna captain Haaland. And I did that live as we were recording. And I was like, okay, fantastic, amazing, well done. And the weekend went by. Haaland scored 2 goals. He got 16 points. On my own FPL team, I had him as a captain. I was like, amazing. Monday happens. I check our FPL team. And I had only set the bloody AI team's captain as Haaland. And I fully forgot to change ours. And our captain was Salah, who had a massive, big stinky stinker.
Yeah, I'm not best pleased, but at the same time, hey, look, it happens. It's all good. It's all good. Well, going into it, we are still ahead in total points, but we
Yes,
did
thank God.
kind of
Oh.
get our lead cut down. Now, I'm going to go through the AI one first. They scored 59 points in total. We'll put everything up on the screen. We're not going to run through the entire team selection like we did last couple weeks. We're just going to tell you overalls. So yeah, they scored 59. The main kind of hitters for them was actually Declan Rice, which was a bit of a strange one. And then obviously they managed to captain Haaland. So they scored 32 with Haaland. Overall, they have 263 points to their name. And yeah, they're definitely catching us back up after we took a lead last week. So yeah, that's everything from the AI. Moving on to the human team.
I would say two things. The first thing is this is why we worked so hard all the previous weeks to build up such a massive lead so that when I do make boo-boos, it doesn't work out too badly in the end. But luckily, the the deficit isn't too bad. We ended up scoring 56 points. So they only clawed back 3 points, really. We would have got an extra 14 points if we captain Haaland, which would have brought us to 70, which would have been another fantastic game week. And in my heart and in my head, that's what we really got. So at least that's how I'm going to think about it so I can sleep tonight. But anyway, the top performers, Gabriel came through with 13 points. Good shout from me last week saying that Semenyo has an on and off week scoring. I said that he was going to score, and he scored. 7 points from him. And the only other big contribution was our vice captain, god damn it, Erling Haaland, who scored 16 points. We actually had Rodon on the bench as well, who scored 7 points. Could have been, but then again, who was to know? But yeah, overall, not too unhappy with it. As I said, could have got 14 more points, but I think we're still well in the lead.
I think the main positive is we took Chris Wood out of the team.
We did.
And that is the main positive because he's been stinking up my own FPL, let alone I couldn't handle that happening to our one that we're competing against. So yeah, I'm glad that we took him away from ruining our forwards position.
Oh, thank God, yeah. Jumping into the changes, not a lot from either of us actually. From the human side, we had a good long look at the teams. And we were contemplating maybe taking Salah out and spreading that money around. He hasn't had a great last 2 game weeks, but then the options we were considering have really hard fixtures this weekend. And honestly, the team has been performing pretty well. Hopefully, Salah either turns his performance around or gets a jammy, a goal or assist again, because we're keeping the teams the same. And I believe it's pretty much the same for the AI, isn't it, James?
Yep, exactly the same for the AI. They tried to take away Richarlison, but there wasn't any players that they were willing to actually sub in that were affordable. So they're going to basically take another free transfer in the bank this week. Just kind of on our mindset of where we're at, as Aman touched upon. If we do take Salah out, we can kind of spread that cost around. We were kind of debating between Bowen or Isak. But yeah, didn't think that this was the week to do it. So yeah, that's everything with the FPL teams. And we'll get into our next section, which I'm sure everyone is waiting for. Our prediction results. Cool. And going into the predictions that we had from last week, I think we both had a pretty poor showing. I think that's fair to say. We'll start off with the first game of the week. As you know very well, it was Brentford United. So the score, obviously, as we know, 3-1 to Brentford. Sorry to say it, mate. You went with a 3-1 to United, and no, you don't get points. I went
Come on, give me some consolation points, James. Have a heart. I got destroyed. My weekend was ruined. You won't give me a point. Come on.
Well, your weekend got destroyed. So did mine. The next game is Chelsea and Brighton. It finished 3-1 to Brighton. I went 2-1. You went 2-all. So it was a bit closer. But we both still have no points on the board.
Maybe we should just not believe in our teams going forward. I think that's the best way to get points. It just works out super well.
Genuinely might be the best way to get points. The next game is Palace and Liverpool. Palace won 1-0. and Aman went for a 2-1 to Liverpool prediction. I went for a 3-1 to Liverpool prediction. However, in last week's pod, I did say Palace at home are a really tough team. Normally, I'd actually go with a Palace win or a Palace draw, but because Isak was playing, I had all my hopes in him. I actually went for 3-1 in the end. So we still both don't have points. It's not a good showing. And it doesn't get any better with Leeds Bournemouth. Yeah, I'm sorry to say it. That ended in 2-2. I went with a 2-0. You went with a 2-1. We still haven't got points, and it's been 4 games.
This needs to turn around quick.
Yeah. Well, luckily, next game, City Burnley. I think everyone knew this was going to be a pretty easy win. City won 5-1. I went with a 3-1. You went with 3-0. We both have 1 point. Finally, after 5 games, we have 1 point. Still no correct scores though. Next game, Forest Sunderland, 1-0 to Sunderland. We both backed Sunderland. You went with 2-1. I went with 3-1. We both get a point as well, so it's 2-2. Yes. Next game, Spurs Wolves. That ended in a 1-1 draw. Obviously, every time I back Spurs, they lose. I went with 3-0. You even called it out, but
yeah, I should have gone against your instinct. Oh,
yeah. I think any time that I say Spurs is going to win, you should definitely go opposite at this point.
So basically, pick against Spurs when James picks Spurs, and pick against United and Chelsea, and you're gonna get at least 3 out of 10 predictions correct every week.
Exactly.
Guys. That's what we've learned.
We still on 2-2 in terms of points. Villa, Fulham. Villa actually won a game. They scored. Crazy.
3 goals in a game. What the hell?
3 goals. They were saving them all up just for against Fulham. Clearly. It finished 3-1. I went with 3-1, but I went the opposite way. And you went with a 1-1 draw. So we still have 2-2 in terms of our points record. This is where you go out in the lead. So Newcastle, Arsenal finished 2-1 to the Arsenal. You predicted 2-1. You get the full 3 points. I went with 2-0. I think I was going to go 2-1, but I wanted to obviously have a bit of a game changer.
Yeah, you have to be different, right? Because you're behind.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. I am behind in points in total. Yeah. So you are leading 3-5 currently. And then the final game was West Ham against Everton, finished in a 1-1 draw. We both went with 2-0 to Everton, so no one picks up any points there. In total, this week, you won 5-3, so congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Back to back, baby. Back to back.
And our total points for this season is you are winning with 24 against my 18. So I can still pull it back. I just need a couple of good results. But yeah, that is currently where we're standing.
Big turnaround after the first 2 weeks. I'll take it. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. Cool. We'll get into the next section where we'll go through the performances of both Man United and Chelsea. Going into our next section, we will be speaking about United versus Brentford first. And obviously, who's going to take it away? But Aman, take it away.
There's so many places to go with this. I don't even know where to start. But okay, I'm going to start at Ruben Amorim because I think that is the best place to start. I think off the field, he is brilliant. I think he is exactly what's needed of a United manager. I think he's got the charisma that's required. I think he can talk to the press. His interviews after 2 years of Ten Hag, I used to watch every single Man United press conference. But ever since Ten Hag took charge, I stopped watching. But a manager like Amorim is so engaging, so charismatic. You actually buy what he's selling. Like I saw a tweet where it was like, Amorim is the kind of guy who can convince his girl who he's cheated on 50 times and she would still end up staying with him. And I totally see that. But what is this guy doing, man? What is he doing? I feel like, I don't know if you agree, James, but I feel like he's making the worst decisions possible, like constantly. And we mentioned this on the podcast before that, and I said this, and he's not platforming the players correctly at all. So I mean, so then, because like I said, Bruno in the midfield didn't work again. I don't know why he played Dalot at right wing back. I know Ahmad is out, but then we've seen this constantly that when we play a defender at wing back, never ends up working out. The system is
Yep.
completely off balance, right? There's no one holding the width. One of the main advantages of Amarim's tactic is that the way the play is set up, that one of the wing backs is always going to be free to receive the space. But if there's a wing back who's literally closer to his box than the opposition box at all times, there's no point in that. Why did he start Harry Maguire? Oh my god, that first goal. What is Harry Maguire doing? I know you have a different perspective on this, which is interesting.
I do.
But my god, I'm not having it. Like, why is he so far behind? It's a ball over the top, man. Like, you should not be getting beaten by that. If goalkeepers could get assists for parries, I swear to God, Bayindir would be my starting keeper every single week. This man gets so many assists for strikers. It's ridiculous. He literally set up Thiago in the easiest way possible. He didn't come out off his line to make it any more challenging. Granted, it was a fantastic finish from him on his left foot. Top bends through the off the post, whatever. Mate, at least give him something to think about. Like, like, it makes no. I have no words. Please, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, we kind of discussed it a little bit, but first of all, your goalkeeper isn't Prem quality. I think
No
it's
way.
fair to say.
Yeah.
I think you need a new goalkeeper, and I've been saying it since Onana. He shouldn't be his replacement anyway, but yeah, it doesn't fill me with confidence. Our takes are a little bit different. I agree in part that Amarin needs to change things. Because he doesn't have the personnel to fit his system. Now, I have a different perspective on. I don't like 5 backs, 3 backs, whatever you call them, with wing backs, and I don't think the way that you're set up, where you have 2 in the midfield, one of them being Bruno, a very, I would say his natural position is cam more than it is centre mid. You will get overrun in that midfield, as we've seen, and having 3 in the back line. What you typically should be doing is having someone like a Luke Shaw kind of cover the left back instead of playing as a wide centre back, which he is. And then it leaves your midfield trying to cope, and it's almost like a 3-3 with one midfielder, and then another 3, and then a 1. And it's basically like Swiss cheese when people are passing through you. It also means that you can't build up in a good enough fashion because the ball's just going to keep going everywhere. So I think going to a back 4, adding an extra CDM, as I think I said at the beginning of the first episode of the podcast when we were speaking about transfers, adding that CDM to really strengthen and allow Bruno to go up to make it more of a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 as Bruno is more attacking mid. And as much as I would say Maguire was at fault, having him be the only person behind the halfway line for that first goal, it doesn't instill confidence when Luke Shaw's above the line. De Ligt is almost covering the left winger or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then Bruno's already up. So you've only got
He's not
Ugarte
meant
in
to
that
be
middle.
though. That's the thing. It's crazy.
But when you're attacking, you can't say to Bruno, "Oh, you have to stay back." Like, of course, he's going to go up. So therefore, you have to play to your team, which is why we agree in some areas that Amarin's tactics aren't working. It's just I think you would be better in a fullback. Anyway, that's my opinion. Hopefully, it changes, but something's got to give for you guys because otherwise, you're going to have the same season that you had last year.
I
I
think
think that's fair to say.
I think your point on recruitment is very potent. I think this is one of the biggest issues with United and has been for so long, is that you decide to sack Ten Hag and you bring in a back 3 manager in the middle of the season, and the fans accept that, fine, the season's a wash. But then you go into the next season, you know that it's such a big shift, and you know that there's no spine. The midfield is absolutely not at the level it needs to be. And then you go and invest in 3 forwards. Fine, we were lacking goals. Completely fair enough. But then Amarim is also not doing a good job in using the players he has, like you said. Like, that back 3 is by far the slowest back 3 you could pick. Like, I get Aiden Heaven is young, but he's so much quicker. He could have played Euro at right centre back. If he played De Ligt at centre back, maybe that goal doesn't happen because De Ligt does have an element of recovery pace that's much, much better than Maguire's. Dorgu is our only creative outlet because he's the only one who has space there. If you want your wing backs to be the creative outlets, that's fine. But at least get the right wing backs in place for that. As I was saying, if you choose to play Dalo, your right hand's gonna be completely empty. It's just Mbumo going up against 2, 3, 4 players at all
Yeah,
times, and that's not feasible. Mbumo isn't a number 10 either. He's playing too far inside. If you're gonna play a wing
yeah,
back, at least move him out, move him to wing back, put Xerxes in a 10, move Bruno up, do something like that. Cunha is the only one who seems to be making any sense of it, and he had a big stinky game as well. That's because everyone just it seems like they don't know what to do, and like
yeah,
execution is such a big thing, and this is what I cannot put on Amram. These players aren't even whiffing the E of execution, mate. You were saying that you haven't watched 90 minutes of United this season, and you have saved yourself from watching some of the most diabolical content. If it was on Netflix and I had to watch that, I would actually cancel my subscription. It's so bad, mate. It's like they don't know each other. They don't even know each other's names. We have
yeah.
one game a week. It looks like they have never trained with each other. They
I
can't
was about to
pass
say
the
that.
ball 5 yards to each other. If the pass somehow beats a man, it's in front of the player going ahead, or it's behind them, or it's over their head. A freaking through ball will never land in between the keeper and behind the defender. It's either too far forward or too far back. You try to make a switch, and every player hits a freaking man somehow. I was texting you this during the game. Whenever
Yeah,
United go forward, it seems like there's two extra defenders on the opposition team, and whenever United are defending, it feels like there's no one defending. How is that even possible? It makes no sense. If it is a system we have to get up and down a lot, get those players in. Ugarte cannot do it all by himself. He had a decent game against Brentford, but he's having to cover so much space. Bruno is not a number freaking 6, number 8. He cannot play in the midfield. You need to stop doing that. You need to play Casemiro. You need to play Ogar. Even Menu, I know he gave the ball away for
yeah,
the third goal, but he can take the ball off the back line. He's much better in tight spaces. He's defensively so much more sound. He keeps the ball moving. He just doesn't have the switch. But that's
yeah.
the only thing that's lacking. But I would take the rest of what he can provide over what's being provided right now. Sesko
So
got a goal. That's very good to see. But I honestly think some changes need to be made, and they need to be made quick. Otherwise, this because he's firing himself at this point. Either he's
yeah,
completely stupid and he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's like actively trying to sack himself, because like there's no way you can be this bad, because this team is not that bad. I am not having it. Brentford was the perfect shitstorm. The coach did the worst job possible, and the players did the worst job possible. And the thing is that Amarim right now is not the level of coach that can drag these players up a level. Like this is very evident now. Like I don't know if that's on the players, if that's on him. So I think a lot has to change, and a lot has to change quickly. Otherwise, he's gone, mate. He's gone.
yeah. I think a couple points to that. So yeah, we've already discussed the midfield, and it needs changing.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple points in terms of a back five. Now, one is just because going to a back five, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're better defensively. I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
managers are going back five because they want to kind of
Mm-hmm.
keep a little bit of pressure in and then counter,
Mm-hmm.
or that kind of style. And it annoys me, which I'll get to, about when managers use back five purposefully just for a defensive reason.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, you should be putting more people into your midfield rather than into your defense,
Mm-hmm.
because your back line, as you could see from
Yeah.
the complete first goal when they launched it over,
Mm-hmm.
means absolutely nothing if
Nothing.
it's
Yeah.
not structured correctly. And I agree with your point. It doesn't feel like they've trained together. It feels
Yeah.
like the passes are skew.
Yeah.
Because I did catch a fair amount, but yeah, as I said. And then the other final point is, if you are determined to play a back five, which he is, look at some of the best back fives that have been in Prem history.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you look at Conte, you look
Mm-hmm.
at Tuchel,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at even, I wouldn't call it the best, but like workable back fives
Even
even somewhere
Wilder
like
was finding
Wolves.
some success with Sheffield with the back five, where he had like the
Yeah,
centre
yeah,
backs
yeah.
moving into midfield.
Exactly. I was
Glasner
going to say
right now, he's
Wolves.
on an 18-game unbeaten
Yeah,
run with Crystal Palace, playing the exact same formation. It's just the principles and how you
but
apply them.
it's exactly correct. It's the principles of what each player's role is doing. Now, a Sheffield back five, like whenever it was, like 4 or 5 years ago, completely different because you've got overlapping centre backs.
Yeah.
Something like a Tuchel's, you had attacking centre backs, which wasn't quite overlapping, but like it was a very similar principle. They just went up
Mm-hmm.
instead of into the wing. You had someone like a Rudiger get into
Rudiger,
the
yeah,
box
Rudiger, yeah,
non-stop.
yeah.
You had these centre backs that actually did something, and then you go to like a Conte where your wing backs were midfielders. They weren't wing backs. They only ever came back if they really needed to, and
Mm-hmm.
those three centre backs were close. They were literally side by side by side. They weren't spread far. They were side by side by side to really stop like any kind of two-man game that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you take these back fives and you look at what works for them and what principles, and then you have to decide what your team is going to do. And for United, it feels like nobody knows which role they're doing. Like you either make Harry Maguire
Mm-hmm.
go up into the box and be like a Rudiger,
Mm-hmm.
or you use your wing backs as wingers, as I said, like a Conte. You do something that's actually going to change and give
Mm-hmm.
you an advantage. Even what I think I mentioned this outside of the podcast, but like when we were speaking about England, and I was saying how John Stones for City was
Moves into
essentially
the
playing as
midfield, yeah.
libero. He moves into the midfield, almost like that CDM role.
Mm-hmm.
And funnily enough, Tuchel's actually spoken about this, like when we were doing friendlies, and having John Stones as a CDM. That's such a good idea because it essentially allows you to be a back five when you need to be,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not sitting back. The whole point is you're using that back five to push as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
either through the wingers or through the centre backs,
Mm-hmm.
and ideally everyone knows their role. So yeah, that's kind of where I'd go with that, and that's why I think a back
Mm-hmm.
four is more suited because the personnel that you have, someone like Luke Shaw, someone like Harry Maguire, it doesn't seem like it's going to be effective if they continue the way that they're going. So yeah. Anyway, speaking of fun back fives,
Hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
have to talk about
yes,
Chelsea.
yes. Time
Now,
for you to
let's
pop
talk about it.
off. Time for you to
Let's
pop. And for me to
let's talk
enjoy the
about it.
show.
So, last week I spoke about how Chelsea played United, how obviously Sanchez was an idiot, got sent off, and how as soon as we went down a man, we went into a back five.
Crazy.
And the same thing happened again.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing well with 11 men on the pitch, and then Chalobah gets sent off. Fair enough, like it should have been a red card, and it was. And up to that point, we played well, and then maybe like 10 minutes after that point, we were actually still holding our own and doing fairly well up to there. Then what happens? Let me just get my facts straight so I'm not going too crazy. We make a sub. The first one was Andre Santos from our midfield for Achimpong straight after the red. That makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Adding a defender. We're still in a back four, but we just have one less midfielder instead. Cool. Then what happens is we bring on Malo Gusto for Esteval in the 63rd minute.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the exact same situation that I said happened last week, and it happened again. We go to a back five. Reece James kind of played as a centre mid for a bit when Malo Gusto came on, but he reverted back into that back five spot. Reece James picked up a yellow, which is kind of the reason why he went back into that back five. And then as soon as that happens, 5-10 minutes later, Danny Welbeck scores. And yet again, what I was saying with you with Man United, as soon as you go to a back five, it doesn't mean that you're stronger.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it makes you weaker unless you know how to play a back five.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get the wing backs going up. Same issue that we had last week. We had João Pedro isolated. Same issue that we had last week. The only difference was we kept Pedro Neto on, which was our only outlet ball, and it actually worked for a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. But yeah, again, we're going into this cycle, and even if we didn't have this red card, I do worry about the manager's actions when it comes to these subs because it baffles me. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, how can you do something and then try and repeat that the next week after it failed miserably the week before and still get away with it? I'm not somebody who wants Maresca out, but you're literally making the worst choice that you can by doing the exact same thing and getting beat really badly in those last 20 minutes to the point of where Brighton win 3-1. It makes no sense. So yeah, I was
Sounds
I
like
was
being a
frustrated.
United fan.
It yeah, I was frustrated quite badly. And the reason being, as soon as the red happened, we actually played well for 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, he's not doing the same thing. He's learned. That's great. And then he goes back into a back five. And then we were just pinned back the entire time. And then the exact same thing happens. You know Bruno's goal, his first one, where he just cuts in between the centre backs? Same thing happened with Danny Welbeck. The exact same thing. And I was literally just like, it could not be a more replicated game to the United game. And it's against Brighton. Like, come on. The only major difference was, obviously, as I said, Pedro Neto staying on. But then he subbed him off anyway after the goal for a CDM. Make it make sense. Like, genuinely make it make sense. Like, he realised, oh, wait, I've gone 5 back and now I've got one less midfielder. To then taking off the attacker for a midfielder instead of taking off a centre back, because at that point, if you're 1-1, you might as well go for a goal at that point because you're playing Brighton. You should be winning. So yeah, that's my main gripes with Chelsea at the moment. I don't know how to feel as a fan. I don't think there's an issue when we've got all 11 men, but obviously this kind of thing happens. Like,
it's been a while since you've had all 11 men finish a game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we did just beat Benfica 1-0, but we were playing our second team. If we could beat Benfica 1-0 with our second team, why can't we play Brighton with 10 men? And I get people
why can't you play United
really?
with 10 men?
Yeah, exactly. And it frustrates. It's just like, dude, you know the back five doesn't work. You don't practice it enough. Clearly, we have to put more men in midfield more than anything else. And it just is. Oh, it's just so frustrating.
But,
I can't.
Why do you think managers do this? Like, because I'm like, we as fans can see it, right? Because the entire time you were going on, I'm like, this is what I've been experiencing week in, week out, essentially since Aman was taken over, right? And like, I feel like we can see it, but then it also is something like, okay, we're not football managers, we haven't been in the game, but like, surely, like these things are so obvious. Like anyone could have told you that Brentford were gonna hit on the break, right? They're gonna sit in and hit on the break, and he chose to play the 3 slowest centre backs. Like Chelsea are a better team than United on paper, than Brighton on paper, than Benfica on paper. You should back yourself to put yourself in a position where you can use those 10 men and your superiority to make the outcome more positive, instead of trying to hold on to what you have. It's definitely feasible. And it's like, why not even try the changes? Like, I get that you're stubborn, like you have gotten to where you are because of your principles and philosophies, and those are what have guided you into the position. But like, any manager at any level, like they have to adapt, they have to change. You look at Javi Alonso, he's gone to Madrid. He was one of the biggest proponents of a 3-5. People were saying the meta is shifting in Europe because of Javi Alonso, because of Amarim. But then as soon as you're presented with a challenge, you have to adapt. You have to play to the strengths of the players that you have. You have to play to the strengths of the system that you have. Then I feel like neither of the managers are doing that right now. And why, I don't understand. I feel like any fan could give you solutions that would have like viable outcomes, the feasible outcomes that would have positive impacts on game states, on anything to do with that football club at that point in time. But they still continue to do these things. It's just so baffling to me. I don't understand.
I think at this point Chelsea should just practice with 10 men because this is our future. As I said, when we've got 11 men, I'm confident. It's so crazy to me that only like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, we beat PSG.
Yeah.
We beat PSG.
Yeah.
That's not a small team. They just
Yeah.
won the Champions League and we
Yeah.
beat them.
Yeah.
And it's not like we weren't. You could clearly tell that they were angry. Like
Yeah.
the manager threw hands at the end of the game. Like they wanted to win that game, and we beat them. And not even just beat them, we beat them comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we can't beat a Brighton when we go 1-0 down. So why are you not? I'm not saying. Why are you not practicing that, or at least a situation like that?
That's
And
a
when
legit
you
thing though.
do,
Like Ferguson used to have
yeah.
drills where you go down to 10 men and play out situations with 10 men in
And
mind.
how are you not realizing that bringing on Malo Gusto is not a good idea when you're down to 10 men to go into a back five? How are you not realizing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it happened twice in a game. How many times has that happened in training? And what is the reason? Like, it baffles me. The only good point that I would say is they didn't bring on Tyreek George. So, yeah, because that guy played awful in a 10. And yeah, no hate on Tyreek George. I'm sure he's a really good player, but he's been put in a couple of situations where I was just like, he genuinely played awful because he's trying to prove himself. It makes sense. But yeah, I don't really know where to go with Chelsea at this point. I'm just kind of praying that they don't get any more sending offs because we were 1-0 up. We were 1-0 up and we should have won that game. And that's 6 points in 2 weeks that we've lost. So yeah, makes no sense. And I'm getting a bit done with it at this point.
Honest.
So yeah,
You are getting done with it. You.
yeah. Hey, you beat us. You've literally got 3 points on the board in the last 2 weeks. We've got
This
zero.
is true.
We
We're
went
still one
from,
point behind you somehow, which is crazy.
yeah, exactly. we went from potential title challengers to mid-table, possibly not even getting Europe anymore. So
Mate, Sunderland are in the
2
top
weeks.
3. It's insane.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Well done to Sunderland.
Pitch please team of the season.
Pissed off.
We called it so early. We called it so early.
100%. Well, at least they know what they're doing. But yeah, anyway, we will go into our next section where we actually have quite a fun game to play. It's Tic-Tac-Toe. Next up, we have the Tic-Tac-Toe, where we will essentially be putting a player in between either a nationality, a cup, a competition, or a club. So for the first one, in the first column, we have Argentina. Second column, we have Carabao Cup. And third column, we have Chelsea. First row is World Cup, Barcelona, and then Premier League. All of the displays will be on screen, so you can obviously see as we play along. But yeah, first, would you like to go first?
I would love to go first. I am going to take World Cup and Chelsea. And I am gonna go the man on your t-shirt, N'Golo Conte.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so you've got top right.
Top right.
Okay, we'll give ourselves about 15 seconds per guess. So obviously time it if you need to. I'm going to go Premier League and Chelsea. I'm going to go with Giroud.
Premier League and Chelsea. So you have gone bottom right. Interesting.
Yeah, bottom right.
I'm gonna go bottom left. I'm gonna go Premier League Argentina. I'm going to go Lisandro the Butcher Martinez.
So you've got top right and bottom left. I've got bottom right. So I need to go someone who's Carabao Cup and Barcelona. Oh, this is going to be tough. So I'm going to try and block you off with the Carabao Cup and Barcelona. I'm going to go with... Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Felipe Coutinho.
That's a shout.
I think he would have won the Carabao Cup. It might have been called something different at that time. I think it might have been called
the League Cup. The League Cup is fine. It all comes down to this. No, Coutinho has not won the League Cup.
I don't believe you.
He has not won the League Cup.
Oh, they lost 2-1 in the final.
Yes.
Oh, he played for Villa. Did Villa win? No. That doesn't count. Oh my god, if he hasn't won, I'm going to be so annoyed. I don't think he has won, you know.
I'm so good at these games. I'm going to win another one.
He was in the final?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he's got a Champions League, he's got a Spanish Cup, got a German Winners' Cup, German Championship, Copa America,
But
Italian
no
Cup, Spanish
Carabao
Super.
Cup, innit?
No,
Zero
no,
Carabao
yeah,
Cups. Whereas
yeah.
my player, who has played for Barcelona and won the Carabao Cup, won it for your team, Chelsea, and his name is Cesc Fabregas.
That's fair. That's fair. I probably should have gone for Sask instead of Coutinho, but I thought I'd go with a crazy one. Fair enough. You win that one.
Hit the Marcus Rashford. I think that's my Sully. This is my pitch, please, Sully.
Sure. Sure.
I keep winning, so I have to have a Sully at this point, right? So I think I'm gonna do that.
We'll do one more.
Mm-hmm.
I will just quickly make one up. This is going to be tough.
Whoa!
You ready?
Wait, what?
Yeah. You ready?
No, but okay, sure, go on.
This is where real ball knowledge comes in, my friend. And jumping into our next game, we have Leipzig, Feyenoord, and Lazio in the columns, and we have
Crazy.
Bayern, City, and Liverpool in the rows. We'll give ourselves a little bit extra per guess on this one. You started off the last one,
Yeah,
so I believe I'm going to start off this one.
go on.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a think. Okay, so I think this is so tough actually.
This is it even possible?
I think it will be possible. Okay, so Red Bull Leipzig and Bayern Munich should be the easiest one theoretically. I'm just trying to think who's played for both, and I want to say, oh, this is so tough.
This is so tough.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. How do I why am I blanking so hard? I know there's players that played for both. Oh, this is so tough, man. Why is no one coming to my head? This is crazy.
If you don't know that one, you might as well go somewhere else.
No, dude, I'm trying to think of any of them. I genuinely can't name a single one off the top of my head. I'm trying to think.
Well, we are running short on time at this point, I think, James.
How am I not guessing any of these?
I'm gonna have to push you for an answer here.
This is crazy. Yeah, how crazy this is.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Dude.
It's honestly, it's a poor showing from you.
Oh, because you knew this straight away. Yeah, but I actually can't think of who I'm even trying to think of at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna give
Okay.
you 10
Yeah.
seconds, James.
Give me 10 seconds. I'm gonna go with. Why is Timo Werner the only
5,
person going to my head?
4,
No.
3, 2, 1.
Klosterman. I don't know. He might came through their academy. Oh, that was so hard.
It's really not. No, Lucas Klosterman did not play for Bayern. The answer you could have I have two right off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more, but you could have had either Sabitzer or Leimer. Konrad Leimer or Marcel Sabitzer. You can take any one of them, and I'm gonna lock that in.
Okay, so you've got top left. Okay, that's a fair lock in. Okay, I will go with. Oh gosh, Feyenoord might be the toughest one of this.
Feyenoord is the one really throwing me. I feel like the rest is workoutable.
I was going to say no. I know he came through Bournemouth and then Chelsea. There's no way he went through there. I can't even think of a City Leipzig player. You know how crazy that is. Can we do a different one? Go Balotelli for Lazio and City. I don't know if that's going to work.
I don't think that's correct either.
I'm going to look it up. He's played. Well, I know he's played in the Serie A, obviously. City, Inter, Luminense, AC, Milan, Liverpool, Nice, Marseille, Brescia, Monza, Demirspor and Genoa. Nope, doesn't work. I swear to God, he played for Lazio, but okay, clearly not. You'll go.
Okay, I'm gonna go bottom left. Liverpool, Leipzig. I'm gonna go Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. Back when he was a winger.
The good old
Is that
days.
right?
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
assuming it is.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
He moved from Leipzig to Liverpool. So
Okay, so now I have to go with a City
Leipzig, yeah, ideally.
Leipzig. A Kanji? I
He
don't know if
played
that's
for
right.
Dortmund. I don't know if he played for Leipzig. Akanji definitely didn't play for Leipzig. Because I've been trying to think and I can't think of anyone. Is there even anyone? Oh,
Manuel
yes, I have it. I
Kanji.
won again.
Basel? No, he didn't play for Leipzig.
Ball
okay, who was it?
knowledge, James. Ball knowledge.
Yeah, go for it.
Angelino, mate. Angelino.
Oh, yeah, Angelino. Yeah, fair enough. I know that's true. I remember it. That's so annoying. Wait, did he actually play for Man City? I know they had him. I
Winner
don't remember him
again.
ever playing. Let's see if he actually played.
Yeah,
for
I'm
City.
sure he played in the Carabao and that.
Oh, you're so lucky. He played 6 times for City. How did you pick that name out of a hat?
Ball knowledge,
such a good
mate.
shout.
Ball
Such a good shout.
knowledge. That's what it is.
Okay, I need to figure out who else is on this list because we've just gone all Leipzig.
But can you just say what the
Feyenoord.
scores are though, for both the
Yes.
Tic-Tac-Toe games before you do that one? Would you do
fine.
me the
Aman
courtesy?
won 2-0.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I know who played for Liverpool in Feyenoord. Now that I'm out of the game, I just thought of a player.
Who is it?
Dirk Kuyt.
Oh, shout. Count as a shout. Hey.
Yeah, I was trying to think of Dutch players, and the only people that were coming to my head were like Iron Robin and Nathan Ake.
Okay, my chat GPT is saying John Guidetti, El Abdelawi, Omar El Abdelawi, and Kareem Rekik. There's no way, bro.
Okay, yeah, crazy. I think I accidentally took one of the hardest tic-tac-toes on the internet. Now that I'm looking at it. Other
Not
than the
hard
Leipzig
enough, mate.
section.
Not hard enough, clearly.
Clearly not. Okay, cool. Well, that was our game. Aman wins again, as usual. And yeah, we'll go into our predictions in our next section.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. And jumping into our final segment, we have the predictions. For game week 7, James and I are gonna test our ball knowledge even further, see if mine carries me through these set of predictions, and see if James can make a comeback. He is 6 points behind going into this week.
Yeah,
so
certainly on.
Let's kick it off with the first game, the Friday kickoff, Bournemouth versus Fulham. I am gonna go. I'm actually dicey about this one because I rate both Silva and Iraola very highly. But since Bournemouth are at home, I'm gonna give them the edge. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think that obviously Bournemouth came off a 2-2 draw, and Fulham just came off a 3-1 against Villa. So, you know what? I'm gonna say 2-2. I'm gonna go with the draw.
Jumping to the next game, we have Leeds versus Spurs. Spurs are on a bit of a down, Leeds on a bit of an up. Leeds are at home, Spurs looking kind of shaky. James's Leeds propaganda has got to my head officially. I am gonna go. Do I go Leeds win? No, I'm gonna play it safe. Let's go 1-1.
Oh, I was going to say you should probably go for a Leeds win because I'm going for a Spurs win.
Hey!
Yeah, they're hopefully going to make some form. 2-0 Spurs.
We have another London derby. Shock! It's Arsenal versus West Ham this time. Arsenal at home. West Ham with Nuno though. Interesting proposition. I think Bowen is gonna start scoring again. That's why I wanted to get him into the FPL team. James rightly said it is against Arsenal, and they have been defensively resolute, as I've been saying all season. But they have been kind of stingy going forward. So I'm gonna go 2-1 to the Arsenal. I think West Ham will score though.
Yeah, you got Arsenal right last time,
Mhm.
so I'm already gonna stick with Arsenal anyway. I'm gonna make my score slightly different because I need to make up those points. So I'm gonna go 3-0. I don't think West Ham are gonna score.
I don't even know if I want to talk about this next game because it's United versus Sunderland, 3 p.m. on the Saturday. Do you know what? They say that Blackout Mbumo is one of the best players in the league, and I'm hoping that comes through. That being said, Sunderland are third in the league, and I'm just gonna pick against United in the hope that I reverse
Oh,
jinx it. So I'm gonna go 3-1 to Sunderland.
you know what? I was actually hoping you went United because I'm also gonna go Sunderland.
You could
I'm
go
gonna go
United. You
2-1.
could go United.
No, I'm never gonna pick United. It's 2-1 Sunderland, and it's gonna happen. Tell you now.
Going from a game I don't want to watch to a game maybe you don't want to watch, it's Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
Chelsea at home, Liverpool are away, but I think Liverpool on the back of a loss are gonna be very much at it. And I don't know what the record is for consecutive red cards in a row, but just for the memes, I hope Chelsea get another one, make it 4 out of 4. But
What?
even if that doesn't happen, I back Liverpool to win. I think it'll be 3-1, and maybe Isaac gets his goal. Do you know what? I'm gonna put that out there. If you're gonna allow me the bonus point, which you don't have to,
I'll give you the bonus point.
thank you. I'm gonna go for an Isaac goal.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you get your prediction
Prediction.
right,
Yeah,
I'll give you the
fairs,
bonus
fairs,
point.
fairs,
Yeah.
fairs. Yeah.
Okay. So it's funny. You said around the red card thing. The last game I can remember, and this is going back a couple of seasons, is Reece James on the goal line, handballing and throwing the ball out, and getting a red card against Liverpool. So if that happens again, I might just quit watching football altogether. I don't think I can take 3 games, to be honest. I really don't. Yeah, so I'm predicting Reece James to handball and get a red card, and I
There's
want
no way
5
this
points.
is crazy.
I want 5 points if that happens.
Yeah, 100%. Take it. It's all yours. Take it.
I will go for a Chelsea win. I'll go 3-1 to Chelsea.
Oh, Fez. That's ballsy. If that comes
Yeah,
off, Fez.
yeah. Yeah, well, I've predicted either way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if Reece James gets his red, there's no way we're winning. And if
Perfect.
Chelsea win, then I'm happy. So it's fine.
Brilliant bit of arbitrage from you. I respect it. Very respectable. Moving into the Sunday fixtures, we have Villa versus Burnley. I think
Nice.
Villa scored their first goal, scored 3 goals after that. Maybe they have found a bit of form. Burnley just
Yeah,
got
saving them up.
thrashed as well. So I'm gonna go 3-1 to Villa.
Yeah, it's weird. Burnley are usually pretty solid, and have been, fairly decent this season. Conceding 5, crazy. Also, conceding 5 and 2 own goals by the same
By the
player
same guy. How often has that happened?
is
Like that's
even
insane.
more crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, poor Esteve. I'm gonna go boring 0-0.
Everton Palace. You can go first.
Palace. That's all I have to say. It's just, yeah, I'm not going against Palace. Is Palace at home?
No, Palace are away. Everton are at home.
Okay, it makes me more ambiguous in the prediction, but I will still go Palace. I do like Everton, even though they've had a shaky couple of weeks. But yeah, Palace, I think 2-1.
Interesting. I think I very much agree with your point of Palace being away. If they were at home, I would 100% back them. But since
Yeah.
they are away and Everton have had a rough couple of weeks in terms of luck as well, I think they are gonna bring it back a bit. I think it ends up 1-1, but I think Palace keep the unbeaten run going. So I'll go for a 1-all draw. Jumping into Newcastle versus Forest, I'll go first for this one. Forest have been not great. Newcastle, again, not great, but picking up form slightly. I have been saying this for a few weeks, but I think it comes through this week. I think they win by a narrow margin, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, Forest are Forest. We still yet to see any real signs of handball. Whereas Newcastle, I think they played okay against Arsenal. And considering it was Arsenal, and they've obviously lost Isak, Voltmade, Nick has been playing well, or well enough. So yeah, I'm going to go Newcastle. I'll probably go 2-0 Newcastle.
On to our final couple of games. Wolves at home against Brighton. You first.
Yeah, it's Brighton. It's always against Wolves.
You said that last week, though.
I did. I'm going to go 3-0 Brighton.
I think it was probably the Wolves and the Spurs hoodoo coming together at the same time that kind of ended up with that result. I'll back Brighton as well. I'll go 3-1 Brighton. Final game of the weekend, we have Brentford at home, Man City traveling up to West London. I will go for City. I think they're going to make it look way easier than United did. I'll go 3-1 to City because I still think Brighton will get a counter goal.
You took the words straight out of my mouth. Yeah, City are going to want to really show up United in that. So, and also, yeah, Brentford probably less likely to get a pretty open play long ball over City defense. Who knows, actually, because City are pretty attacking. I'm going to go 2-1, and I'm going to go 2-1 City.
Yeah, I think a pretty good set of predictions there. I hope we do better than this week. It can't be much worse. Cannot be much worse. Hope we both get. I hope you more than anything get a few result points just to make things more interesting going forward.
I hope my Reece James bet comes in.
Oh, that'll be amazing. Yeah. I hope your Reece James bet comes in. That we'll clip that up and post that every day. I think that would be deserving of a repost every single day.
I think I'm gonna quit watching football if that ever happens. I so don't want it to come true, but it probably will. But yeah, that's everything from us, I believe, unless there's anything else from you.
No, I think that's all. Let's see what this weekend has in store for us.
Fantastic. All right, well, thanks guys for listening, and as we said at the beginning of the show, please do like, subscribe, share with your friends, let us know with comments on what we can improve, or what you like seeing, what games you like seeing. We're across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere. Please have a look, and yeah, please share with friends and do all that lovely stuff. So yeah, that's bye from me.
Thanks guys, bye bye.